Where we are now as it relates to ICTs and this great initiative, we have equipped over 3,000 students with personal portable devices. We have then opened them to the world of information. We have given our students the opportunity to become self-directed learners or independent learners, to be able to master the higher cognitive skills such as critical thinking, creativity, problem solving, etc., etc. As we culminate this phase today, the question is, are we finished today? Absolutely not. We have only just begun. And as such, there's a whole lot of work for us to do. We are at an exciting place right now in education. Literally thousands of open-ended Web 2.0 tools are available to engage our learners in classrooms that are not the same when I went to school. Learning continues beyond the classroom today. They have options for online collaboration, so Facebook and the other social environment are going to become a part of their world. So we have to ensure that these elements are controlled and that our children are secured. This is the reality, isn't it? The question is, how do we take our classrooms into the future? How do we empower teachers and students with the tools and the functions for the challenges ahead and enable deep, sustained learning? And that is the main thing, that these tools are not used just for entertainment. And I'm using that word, not just for entertainment, because I do believe everything has its place, but that it adds value to the learner. Now, there are some challenges that are ahead that we have to look to. And these challenges are a result of the fact that sometimes we as school leaders, and I'm classifying myself there as well, sometimes these programs are difficult because they're new to us, because we see we are the immigrants in the situation. And because we're immigrants, sometimes when things seem as if it has failed, we drop and we run for cover. But this initiative and its sustainability depends on us to be able to be focused, to know clearly the vision that we have for individual school, and then to run with it in spite of the many difficulties or the challenges that will certainly lie ahead. Now, for success, I just have a few tips that I want to share. We need to pay attention to the technical support, and I know there's a good help desk here at Gate, and also to make sure that whatever situation that arises at the individual schools, that we're able to deal with the technical difficulties, such as if there's a device that is not working, etc. To be successful, we also need to pay attention to policies and procedures, including consequences for inappropriate use of devices. And this is a conversation I had just this last week, Friday, with our principals. They need to set the tone and the culture in the individual schools to determine the policies that they will embrace to ensure the success of this initiative. Serious consideration also must be taken of the goals of the program that we have, and this not only limits itself to the school, but the Ministry of Education. And later on, I'll just introduce it to a few of the things that we are putting in place for the remainder of the period of this school year that will help us in that direction. A program needs a mission statement that really answers those questions, such as why tablets, why e-learning environment, and provides a roadmap for how the program will move forward. The mission for some is to improve students' technology skills. For others, it is to create more opportunities of self-directed learning. So we have to be clear as to what we are hoping to achieve. Now, I want to emphasize here very clearly, because research suggests professional development is also an important element of the success of similar initiatives. And so we at the Ministry of Education realize that some teachers, you are basically asking, so how are we going to deal with it? And so this is one of our major highlights of the ministry, is professional development, continuous professional development, so that our teachers can be well and able and can be equipped to handle whatever opportunities that are there with this initiative. Now, the work at the Ministry of Education is a huge one. It's a huge undertaking, but we are forging ahead. We just recently celebrate the adoption of a newly revised ICT policy, and we are working feverishly to finish our ICT master plan, which will basically outline strategic ways in which we will forge ahead with the integration of ICT. This plan outlines a number of strategies that will be implemented over a 3-year period. And I just finally want to just highlight a few of these strategic approach that we'll be using. Currently, we are gathering the necessary baseline data as it relates to ICT. Most of our schools, they are in the process of submitting what we have given to them, a school ICT template that they are now completing, which is a plan that they will commit themselves to over the year. And included in that plan is ways in which they will be utilizing the tablets within the learning environment. We are also gathering baseline data as it relates to the competencies of teachers as it relates to ICT. And that survey, it's on its way in. Some schools have already submitted that survey, so we'll know what are the areas we need to emphasize for the remainder of the year. We are partnering, and I know Dr. Jules is listening, with CXC, Notes Master, Nelson Thorns, in the creation of ebooks at the 4th and 5th form level in mathematics and English. And also other areas, we are hoping to get a repository going with all these necessary online material for students to be able to tap into, even during the classroom setting as well. We're also brainstorming ways in which we can encourage those parents out there who have not yet taken upon this initiative to come on board to ensure that this tablet is not a personal tool, but it's a learning tool. So just as how the students are equipped with their textbook, their tablet is a tool for them to use within the classroom. And so I just hope I wasn't too long, but these are the things I want to highlight because there's really lots more, so I could stay here all night. Thank you.